Hello friends, just got out of a chiropractic adjustment and I feel like sharing a message today, and that message is to be conscious with your money. I say this because it's clear that we have a major problem with money in our world. I mean, I don't know how many people I know are always worrying about money. You know, they talk about the economy. There's not enough time, not enough money, and there's so much poverty around the world. And some people, the elite, they just have way too much money, and then we complain about them. So why has this happened? I believe it's because people are not conscious with their money. And when you're not conscious with your money, then you hoard money. You become dependent on it. It becomes an external salvation. And you desperately cling to it and build upon it to use as your safety. But what is money really for? Money is just an intermediate. It's supposed to be just a way of exchanging value between you and the society. It's a way of making it easier to move value around so that we all get what we need. For example, whatever service you're providing, you get money for, and it helps you get, the things you need, like food and shelter, so you don't have to go through all the problems of trading and bartering. So in theory, money makes things easier because then everything gets evenly exchanged. But that's not what we see happening. What we see happening is people are working harder and harder, and they're not getting what they need. The money is becoming worth less and less, and a small percentage of people at the top are accumulating massive amounts of money. And we're starting to catch on to it, because these people aren't doing anything more of value to get that money. It's unequal, it's unfair. And they're hoarding it, is what's happening. So what do we do about this? I mean, you see plenty of people going out in the street and protesting, and they'll condemn the elite and the Illuminati, say, we have to put them behind bars, we need to punish them, or we need to force them to give up their money. We need to, you'll bring up, some people bring up conspiracy theories and stuff, or, I mean, all of that doesn't really matter to me. I'm a really big proponent of what Gandhi said with be the change you want to see in the world. Because at any given moment, the world is not just the sum of all the parts. It is a whole system that is the result of who we are, who you are. And so what I'm asking you to do is to realize and become aware of how every single little interaction you do, big or small, it affects the whole. And every single purchase you make is directly affecting what is happening on the macro. You are a microcosm for the entire society. So notice, are you hoarding money? Are you desperate for your money? Are you insecure about your money? Every time I make a decision with my money, I'm starting to become more aware of what is happening in this transaction. Is my money coming back to me, supporting me? Or is it being funneled up? Is my money going towards something that is exploiting us, exploiting people? For example, let's say you're hungry. You have plenty of options. You can do the easy thing and go to McDonald's and support a massive pyramid scheme, essentially, the corporate system of McDonald's and other fast food giants, where they are making billions and billions of dollars off of exploiting people, cheap labor, taking advantage of advertising, and it's just a massive giant that is not designed to feed you necessarily. I mean, that is one thing that they do, but their number one priority is to make money off of you. They do not have your health in mind, obviously. The only reason they change and make things a little bit more healthier less damaging to you, I would say, is because people are becoming more aware and they are demanding changes, you know. For example, I remember when they started eliminating trans fats because they saw how dangerous that is. But they will cut as many corners as possible to profit and to make money off you. So if you have an option to eat, why would you put your money into something like that, where essentially the majority of it is not supporting the people that are working to help bring you that food, but the majority of it is getting swallowed up by the executives, by the corporate, the elite structure. They are accumulating and sucking it all up like a parasite. So what's another option you could do? You could eat locally. You can go to one of those hole-in-the-wall joints, you know, a small mom-and-pop shop, a little locally owned restaurant, where when you go to there, you are supporting your own community. You're getting money into your community, which will come back and will benefit you even more. You're circulating the money. That's what I believe is important, what we need to do with our money. We have to make sure that our money is circulating. It creates a closed circuit that goes around and positively uplifts everybody and helps everybody, not just a one-way pyramid that gets sucked up to the top. It's like the Matrix, where you're just living your life on doing whatever it is you're doing, and all of your life force is just being sucked by these external entities that you cannot see, and you do it unknowingly because they've created a pretty well system. I mean, it's very intricate when you look at how hidden it is and how they're able to just rob us out in the open like this. But I mean, they hide behind you know, advertising and marketing and brainwashing, and then also just through popularity, you know, through groupthink. You get everybody accepting something, and the more people accept and believe something, the more power goes to that. So my message today is to help you regain your power, you know, to realize, you know, that we are contributing to a parasitic system that is exploiting you and taking advantage of you. And you can start taking steps. It doesn't have to be real big steps. You don't have to completely change overnight. But you can just start taking small steps now by becoming aware of what it is that you're doing, what you are taking part of, what you are contributing your energy to. So, buying locally, of course. Instead of buying your groceries from Walmart, which is just a huge kingpin of a pyramid system that just is so disastrous for our economy. It's just running so many businesses out of business. Just it's so self-destructive, and they don't pay their employees anything, really. It's slave labor in disguise. So instead of buying your groceries from Walmart, why not go to a small local market? Farmers market would be the best thing you can do. Support your local farmers. They really need it. Walmart and then these massive companies like Monsanto are just driving all these farmers out of business. It's just so sickening to me. So, you know, that's one thing you can do. And then just, I mean, look for sole entrepreneurs, you know, small businesses, instead of going with the massive chains. Because these big chains are just, I really believe that they are what have replaced, you know, the slave master of the old days. It really is, it's all based on exploitation and competition and one-upsmanship and hoarding, because they hoard profit and they don't release that profit. That money is meant to be released free, to freely circulate through society, to make sure that everybody's benefited from it. One thing that I have done is to become more easy with my money and open with it, and to every time I send my money out, I know and I believe that it'll come back to me and help me. For example, the other day I saw a homeless man on the street, or I believe he was homeless. He was out there anyway with a piece of cardboard, and he was saying that he got laid off from work, and which I know that's been happening a lot, especially in the past few years. And he says he's got a family and kids to feed, and he doesn't know how he's going to do it today, and he was just asking for help, and everybody is just completely bypassing him. I didn't care. I just stopped. I knew there was traffic behind me. I didn't care. I just stopped. I rolled down my window, and I pulled out, you know, $10, and I gave him $10. It's, you know, not a big deal. At the time, I didn't have like an official job. Not like officially employed. I get my money other ways. Do my own thing. I play poker actually. But the thing is, I have money to give, and you know, I'm not going to miss it. You know, I'm not going to try to hoard my money, and I knew that this guy needed the money more than I did. So I gave him, you know, a $10 bill knowing he can get one meal off of it. And I said, you know, this is a reasonable amount right now. And he was so thankful for it. And I felt good about it. And I did it knowing that, not thinking that I'm giving away, you know, my preciously hoarded money. I said, you know, this is all of our money, really, shared. And it needs to go where it is needed right now. So I sent it out, and I know that it'll come back in any way or form. I believe that what you put out is what you get back. So if you are holding back from society, that, you know, that's what you're going to get back. You know, if you give, you shall receive. You make room to receive. So that is my message for today. I just wanted to get that message out there, and to let you know that you can be the change that you want to see in the world, and that if you just start with yourself, you know, don't try to change other people or try to change other things, the system, society. It will change when we change. And don't worry about taking massive steps. Everything starts with a small step. Every tree begins as a tiny little seed. Every forest begins as a little tiny seed. There's a quote that I really like by Dr. Wayne Dyer, where he says an infinity of forests lies dormant within the dreams of one tiny little acorn. Just let that sit with you, and just know that you are powerful, and you can change the world. You are powerful enough to change the world, to change your own life, to change other people's lives. You know, let's start growing a new forest. You know, because it's clear that that's not what we're doing. We're doing the exact opposite right now. There's just so much destruction. I mean, like, yeah, literally we are cutting down all the forests of the world, but in so many ways, you know, we are destroying ourselves. We're destroying our planet. I don't know how many people I see, you know, me included, have just negative belief structures that are just so self-destructive. And it's time to do the healing work on it. It's time to do the spring cleaning. It's time to just really just start changing. And it doesn't have to be really big. You can just start with a small thing right now. You can just start. But the most important thing that I want to tell you is to be conscious. It's everything you do. When you are with your friends, when you are with your family, when you are at work, do everything with an open heart, with an open mind, in the moment, just consciously aware right now. And you will see, the more conscious you become, the more your life will begin to transform. The more you will begin to see what is really there. And when you see what is really there, you realize the power that you have to be whatever it is that you want to be. And that's my message for today.